Sometimes, feelings don't show themselves loudly. They don't come with dramatic confessions, long messages, or big romantic gestures. Instead, they appear quietly, in the smallest moments, in the softest actions, in the spaces between words. And often, the person who cares about you the most is the one who hides it the best. He doesn't say "I like you" or "I love you," but everything he does gently whispers it. Maybe you've felt it too, that subtle shift when he talks to you, that softness in his tone, that extra second of eye contact he thinks you don't notice. Maybe you've caught him remembering something you said weeks ago, something even you forgot you mentioned. Or maybe you've seen the way he becomes quieter, almost careful, when you're upset, as if your mood suddenly becomes the weather of his entire day. The truth is, men often show their feelings in actions, not words. Not because they don't feel enough, but because they feel too much. And deep feelings make people cautious. They make people afraid of losing something before they even have it. So instead of telling you directly, he shows you in ways that seem small, but mean everything if you look closely. He might check on you without a reason, just to make sure you're okay. He might smile differently when he sees you, a smile he doesn't give to anyone else. He might get quiet when you talk about another guy, even though he tries to act normal. He might linger a little longer before leaving, finding excuses to stay near you. These are not coincidences. These are emotional footprints, signs that his heart walks toward you even when his words don't. And maybe you're confused, wondering if you're imagining things or if there's something real hiding in those small moments. Maybe you've questioned why he treats you differently, why he listens more deeply, why he seems to understand you without explanation. The answer is simple. When a man cares, he pays attention. When a man cares, he feels your emotions as if they're his own. When a man cares, he can't help but show it, even when he tries not to. This video is for you, for the person who senses something but isn't sure, who feels a connection but doesn't have confirmation. For the one who wants to understand the quiet language of affection. Because some men don't express love directly. They express it in patterns, in gestures, in unspoken tenderness. And once you learn to recognize these subtle signs, you'll never doubt his feelings again. So let's go deeper. Let's decode the actions he doesn't talk about. Let's uncover the small behaviors that reveal big emotions. And by the end of this video, you'll know, clearly, confidently, whether he feels for you far more than you ever imagined. 1. He remembers tiny details you never expected him to notice. When a man truly feels something for you, he pays attention in ways that feel almost invisible at first. You may think you're just having casual conversations with him, but he's mentally collecting the little pieces you drop, the details that most people would forget within seconds. Maybe you mentioned your favorite childhood snack once, without thinking. Maybe you said you prefer quiet cafes over crowded places. Or maybe you lightly talked about how blue makes you feel calm. And yet, he remembers all of it. This happens because his emotional focus is on you. When someone likes you deeply, their mind naturally tunes into your voice, your preferences, your habits, your worries, and your joys. He notices the small things you didn't even know you shared. He picks up the way your tone changes when you're excited, the way your eyes move when you're thinking, and the way you tie your hair when you're stressed. It's not about being observant in general. It's about being observant with you specifically. He may forget something at work. He may ignore details from others. But with you, he remembers everything that matters. Why? Because he's emotionally invested. Your feelings matter to him. Your comfort matters to him. He wants to make you feel seen without making it too obvious. And the most beautiful part, he doesn't do it to impress you. He does it because he genuinely cares. Remembering you is effortless for him. 2. He always replies faster to you than anyone else. When a man likes you more than he's willing to admit, his behavior becomes very predictable in subtle ways. One of the clearest being his response time. You might notice that no matter how busy he is, your messages seem to jump to the front of the line. Even if he takes hours to reply to others, even if he's not the type to text much, with you, he becomes unusually quick. This isn't an accident. It's emotional priority. When someone has genuine feelings, they look forward to your messages. Your name lighting up their phone gives them a small spark, a tiny rush of excitement. They want to continue the conversation, stay connected, and keep your attention. Even if he tries to act normal, his instinct is to respond fast because he doesn't want you to feel ignored. He doesn't want you to think he's disinterested. He wants to stay in your world. You'll notice he replies even when he's tired, when he's at work, when he's busy, or even when he's supposed to be doing something else. He may not say it out loud, but his actions reveal the truth. You matter to him more than others. He values communication with you. He chooses to be present. And here's the deeper layer. He doesn't just reply fast. He replies thoughtfully. His messages aren't lazy or cold. He reacts to your emotions, your jokes, your worries. Because staying connected with you feels natural, not forced. When a man's heart moves before he does, his messages always show it. 3. His eyes soften whenever you talk or walk into the room. Eyes are the one thing people can't control, no matter how hard they try. When a man likes you more than he admits, his eyes reveal everything he's hiding. You might notice it in small moments. When you start talking, his expression becomes gentle. When you enter a room, he looks at you with softness, curiosity, or a quiet happiness he doesn't show to anyone else. This softening is emotional vulnerability slipping through. It's the moment his guard drops, even if just for a second. His eyes stop being neutral and become warm, almost full of admiration. He looks at you the way someone looks at something they're afraid to lose, carefully, respectfully, with silent affection. Even if he tries to act tough, reserved, or uninterested, his eyes betray him every time. They light up when you laugh. They relax when you speak. They follow you a little longer than normal. He notices your presence even before you say anything. Sometimes he looks away quickly, worried you might catch him staring. Other times, he allows that one extra second of eye contact, hoping you don't notice what's really happening inside him. This kind of eye behavior is not physical attraction only, it's emotional attachment. It's comfort. It's longing mixed with respect. His eyes soften because being around you brings him calmness, excitement, and a sense of connection he doesn't feel with others. People lie with words, but they rarely lie with their eyes. And his eyes already told you what he isn't ready to say out loud. 4. He checks on you even without a reason. When a man has deeper feelings for you than he's willing to express, he becomes emotionally attuned to your well-being in a way that feels effortless to him. You'll notice he checks on you at random times, not because something specific happened, not because you asked, and not because he needs anything from you, but simply because he cares. It might be a "did you eat" message, a "made it home safely" text, or a simple "how was your day?" He doesn't wait for a problem. He just wants to make sure you're okay. This habit comes from emotional connection. You occupy space in his thoughts more often than he admits, so checking on you becomes his natural instinct. Even when he's busy, something reminds him of you, a song, a moment, a place, and he reaches out. These small, gentle check-ins are his silent way of saying, "You matter to me." He doesn't need a reason. You are the reason. And here's the deeper truth. Men don't invest consistent emotional energy into people they don't care about. If he's checking on you without any external trigger, it means you've emotionally anchored yourself in his mind. He worries when you're quiet. He notices when you disappear. He feels responsible for your comfort even when he has no obligation. He may not use romantic words yet, but his actions tell the story clearly. Consistency in small moments is a sign of real affection, the kind that grows quietly, deeply, and honestly. 5. He gets quiet or nervous when you're upset with him. One of the strongest emotional indicators that a man cares more than he admits is how he reacts when he believes he has upset you. A man who doesn't care will argue, defend himself aggressively, ignore the tension, or simply walk away. But a man who feels something for you becomes noticeably quiet, nervous, or uneasy the moment he senses you're hurt, especially if he thinks is the reason. He might start choosing his words carefully, lowering his tone, or hesitating before speaking. He won't want to make things worse. He'll anxiously scan your reactions, trying to understand what exactly bothered you. His silence isn't indifference, it's fear. Fear of losing your trust. Fear of disappointing you. fear of making you emotionally distant. His body language becomes uncertain. Softer voice, slower movements, maybe even avoiding eye contact. But underneath all that, there's a genuine desire to fix things. He wants the peace between you restored. He wants your comfort back because your emotional state affects him more than he admits. This response shows vulnerability. It shows that your feelings have power over him. It shows that your sadness hits him in a place he doesn't let many people reach. When he gets quiet or nervous, he's not shutting down. He's revealing just how much your happiness matters to him. 6. He subtly mirrors your actions and tone. Mirroring is one of the most subconscious signs of emotional attraction. When a man likes you deeply, his body and mind naturally synchronize with yours without him realizing it. This might look like him adjusting his posture when you shift in your seat, matching your energy level in conversations, or adopting the same phrases or expressions you use. It's subtle, but once you notice it, it becomes impossible to ignore. Humans mirror the people they feel connected to. It's psychology. With him, this mirroring is his unspoken way of aligning himself with you. If you speak gently, he softens his voice. If you're excited, he becomes more expressive. If you're sad, his tone drops too. He reflects your emotions because he's emotionally bonded to you. This behavior creates comfort, trust, and a silent sense of we're on the same team. Mirroring is not something you can fake for long. It happens naturally when someone admires you, respects you, and wants to be close to you without saying it out loud. It's his way of building harmony between you. His mind wants to match your rhythm, your mood, your pace. And the most telling part, he doesn't mirror others the way he mirrors you. With you, it's automatic, a sign that his emotions are involved on a deeper level. His actions reveal what his words haven't said yet. He's drawn to you, connected to you, and unintentionally aligning himself with you every time you're together. 7. He tries to make you laugh even on your worst days. A man who likes you more than he admits becomes emotionally sensitive to your happiness. When he sees you sad, stressed, overwhelmed, or drained, something inside him shifts. He feels an urge to lift your mood, even if he doesn't fully know how. That's why he tries to make you laugh, especially on your worst days. Not because he's trying to be funny, but because your emotions influence his more than he wants to reveal. You'll notice he puts extra effort into being playful when he senses you're down. He sends a silly meme, makes a light joke, softens his voice, or shares something random just to see you smile. Men don't do this for everyone. They especially don't do this consistently. But when a man is emotionally invested, your sadness bothers him. It weighs on him. So he does whatever small things he can to break that heaviness. He might not fix the problem you're going through, but he wants to ease the weight you're carrying. He tries to create moments of lightness because he wants to be the person who comforts you, even if he has no official role in your life yet. And the truth is, he feels a quiet sense of victory when he makes you smile again. That smile matters to him more than he'll ever say. This effort reveals something deeper. He feels responsible for your emotional comfort. Men don't take emotional responsibility unless they care. His attempt to make you laugh is not just humor. It's affection wrapped in a soft gesture. 8. He notices your mood changes before anyone else does. When someone has strong feelings for you, they become naturally attuned to your emotional shifts, even the ones you don't speak about. A man who likes you deeply can sense your mood the moment you walk in, text, or speak. He notices the slight change in your tone, the slower replies, the softer eyes, or the heaviness in your voice that others easily miss. To him, your emotions are visible, even when you think you're hiding them. This happens because he pays consistent attention to you, your energy, expressions, habits, and reactions. He knows you're normal, so even a tiny deviation feels obvious to him. It's like he has an emotional radar specifically calibrated for you. If you're quieter, he'll notice. If you're irritated, he'll pick up on it. If you're sad, he'll sense a shift instantly. And the interesting part is, he reacts differently than others. While others might ignore it or assume nothing is wrong, he becomes more gentle, more careful, or more present. He may ask, "Are you okay?" even when you haven't said a word. or he'll subtly treat you with more kindness because he already knows you're not your usual self. This level of emotional awareness happens only when someone truly cares. He has a soft spot for you, and your mood genuinely matters to him. His day gets affected by your emotional tone. Your sadness feels like a responsibility he wants to carry, and your happiness feels like something he wants to protect. A man who notices your mood without you explaining it is a man who feels connected to you on a deeper level, emotionally, mentally, and intuitively. 9. He listens to your problems like they're his own. A man who cares about you doesn't just hear your problems, he absorbs them. He listens with intention, presence, and emotional investment. When you vent, he doesn't zone out, interrupt, or give surface-level answers. Instead, he listens with the seriousness of someone who feels personally involved. Your stress becomes his concern. Your confusion becomes something he wants to help untangle. Your worries sit on his shoulders as if they're his own. This is one of the strongest signs of emotional attachment, because listening deeply requires effort, patience, and genuine care. Men don't give this level of attention to just anyone. If he listens without judgment, remembers what you said, and tries to support you with real empathy, it means your feelings carry weight in his heart. Notice how he reacts. He asks follow-up questions. He recalls things you mentioned before. He tries to help you find solutions. He reassures you when you feel alone. He cares not just about the story, but about how the situation is affecting you. He feels protective over your emotional state. When you're hurting, he feels a quiet ache too. When you're stressed, his instinct is to ease it. This kind of emotional participation is rare. It only happens when someone is deeply invested in your well-being. And the most telling part, he doesn't treat your problems like burdens. He treats them like responsibilities he willingly shares. He wants you to feel supported. He wants you to feel understood. And even if he can't fix everything, he wants you to know you're not alone. A man who listens to your problems like they're his own is a man whose heart is already half yours. 10. He gets protective when someone treats you badly. A man who likes you more than he admits shows it most clearly when someone hurts you, disrespects you, or makes you uncomfortable. His entire energy shifts. You'll notice his expression tighten, his posture change, his tone become firmer. It's not the kind of possessive or aggressive protectiveness. It's quiet, controlled, and deeply emotional. It comes from a place of care, not dominance. When someone treats you badly, it affects him personally. He feels a kind of frustration or anger he doesn't feel for others. He may stand closer to you, subtly place himself between you and the situation, or step in with a calm firmness to support you. Even if he stays silent, his body language exposes everything. He becomes alert, attentive, ready to defend you emotionally or socially. This protectiveness doesn't come from ego, it comes from attachment. He can't stand the idea of you being hurt. Your pain feels heavier for him. Your discomfort makes him restless. And if you open up later about what happened, he listens with intensity, giving you validation, reassurance, and comfort. He may downplay it with phrases like, "It's okay, I just didn't like how they spoke to you." But the truth is deeper. He respects you. He cares about your safety, your dignity, and your emotional well-being more than he cares about keeping his cool. That's why his protectiveness shows itself even before he realizes it. A man's instincts reveal what his words hide, and his instinct is to protect you, not because he has to, but because losing you would hurt him more than he'll ever say. 11. He finds excuses to be near you or stay longer. When a man feels something for you, being near you isn't just something he enjoys. It becomes a quiet need he tries to fulfill without making it obvious. You'll see it in the way he suddenly appears around you, lingers after conversations, or finds reasons to stretch moments just a little longer. The excuses may be small. "I'll help you with that. Let me walk you out. I was just passing by," or "I have a minute if you need something." But these aren't coincidences. These are intentional moments disguised as casual interactions. He wants to be around you because he feels at ease with you. Your presence is calming, comforting, and emotionally meaningful for him. Even if he's tired, busy, or stressed, he finds ways to stay close. A few extra minutes, a longer conversation, a slower goodbye. These tiny extensions of time reveal how deeply he enjoys your company. And pay attention to his behavior in these moments. He doesn't rush. He doesn't look distracted. He doesn't seem eager to leave. Instead, he savors the moment in subtle ways, leaning in just a bit, smiling softly, asking gentle questions, or standing closer than usual. He prolongs moments with you because they feel safe and emotionally warm. And even if he pretends it's casual, it's anything but. A man only makes time for what matters to him, and you're becoming his priority in ways he doesn't dare admit openly yet. Time is the real love language, and is already speaking it with you. 12. He shares things with you he doesn't share with others. One of the strongest signs a man likes you more than you think is when he opens up about parts of his life that he usually keeps guarded. This doesn't mean dramatic confessions or emotional outpouring. It often starts with small things. He tells you about a childhood memory, a personal insecurity, a dream he never shared, or a fear he hides from others. These little pieces are emotional doors he doesn't open easily. Men share surface-level stories with the world, but they save their vulnerable truths for someone who makes them feel safe. With you, he feels safe enough to reveal the softer, quieter versions of himself. He trusts your empathy. He trusts your silence. He trusts that you won't judge him. He might share something he regrets, something he wishes he could change, something he fears, something he secretly hopes for, or something that still hurts him. These aren't random conversations. They are emotional offerings. They're his way of saying, without saying it, you matter enough for me to let you in. And notice how he acts while sharing. He speaks slower. He looks at you more carefully. He watches your reaction. He feels relieved when you understand him. This is emotional intimacy, the deepest level of connection. Men don't open up like this unless they trust you, value you, and feel something meaningful for you. When he gives you access to the hidden parts of his world, it means you hold a special place in his heart that others don't. You've become his safe space, and that's something he can't fake. 13. He gets jealous quietly but never admits it. When a man likes you more than is ready to confess, jealousy becomes one of the clearest signs. But he handles it differently from someone who's possessive or immature. His jealousy is quiet, internal, and controlled. You'll see it not in loud reactions, but in subtle shifts. His tone softens, his replies get shorter, or he becomes unusually silent when you mention another guy. He won't say anything, but you'll feel his energy change instantly. He might casually ask who the guy is, how you know him, or what happened, pretending it's just curiosity. But inside, he feels a little twist of insecurity. He worries someone else might take the place he hasn't claimed yet. He might not show anger, but he'll show attention. He listens more carefully. He pays closer notice. He mentally evaluates the situation, wondering if this other person matters to you emotionally. And the truth is, he hides this jealousy because he doesn't want to seem controlling or vulnerable. Men guard their hearts fiercely, especially when they haven't confessed their feelings. So instead of expressing jealousy, he tries to act normal. But the quiet discomfort in his eyes, the small pause before he replies, the way he changes the topic gently, these are the signs he can't hide. His jealousy isn't about ownership. It's about fear of losing you before he ever had the courage to tell you he cares. And that fear reveals the depth of his feelings more honestly than any confession could. 14. He compliments you in ways no one else does. A man who has deeper feelings for you notices things others overlook, not just how you look, but how you speak, think, walk, create, or simply exist. That's why his compliments feel different. They are not generic like you look nice or you're pretty. Instead, he mentions things that feel oddly specific. The way your laugh sounds, the kindness in your voice, your confidence, your intelligence, or the way you make people feel comfortable. He compliments your essence, not just your appearance. His words reveal what he admires most about you, qualities he's been quietly observing for a long time. And the way he delivers these compliments also matters. He doesn't say them loudly in front of everyone. He says them softly, almost like he's afraid you'll catch the feelings behind his words. He may say things like, "I like how you explain things. You have a calming presence." You notice things others don't. You make everything feel lighter. These aren't compliments, they are emotional confessions. Through his praise, he's showing what part of you is attached to. He's telling you what impacts him deeply. And more importantly, he doesn't compliment everyone like this. His compliments are reserved only for you, thoughtful, sincere, and full of emotional nuance. When a man compliments you in ways no one else does, it means you occupy a unique space in his mind, a space he's not giving to anyone else. 15. He treats your happiness like it's a priority for him. When a man truly feels something for you, your happiness becomes part of his internal world. He thinks about it, cares about it, and adjusts his behavior to protect it, often without realizing he's doing it. You'll see it in the small ways he considers your comfort, your preferences, and your emotional needs. If something makes you smile, he remembers it. If something hurts you, he avoids it. If something stresses you, he tries to make it easier. He checks in on you after a long day. He supports your decisions. He celebrates your wins. He comforts you during your lows. You'll notice he puts effort into making your moments better, bringing you something you like, encouraging you when you feel unsure, or quietly helping you without needing recognition. And here's the deeper truth. Men don't prioritize someone's happiness unless that person matters to them emotionally. He could be tired, busy, or dealing with his own issues, yet your well-being still sits on his mind. He tries to be the reason you smile, not the reason you hurt. Even when you're upset with him, he still cares about your emotional state. Your mood affects him more than he'll ever say. He feels lighter when you're happy and heavier when you're not. This emotional sensitivity shows that you're not just another person in his life. You're someone whose inner world matters to him. A man who treats your happiness as his quiet priority is a man whose heart has already chosen you.